Hello. Man, a lot of yelling going on in the chat today. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Stormer from Stormer Mia Plays, and we are back in Tamriel as Reewish, the mighty battle lizard, along with his demonic chicken, about ready to do the Gold Road Prologue quest. We're going to be kicking off the events of 2024, which is going to be taking place in the West Weald of Cyrodiil, with the Gold Road DLC. So let's go ahead and summon Miri, who will be our companion throughout today.
Miss me?
Always, Miri. Oh, you got a bow again. Okay. Let me check your skills real quick before we get started. Let's see, you're using Starfall, Viper Bite, Sniping Silver, Life Absorption, Twilight Mantle, and Impeccable Shot, but that's not something I can change. So yeah, I think we're good. Alright. No, hold on, wait.
Something
You've got a new outfit. But I have to change your colors. Let's go fix that. Also, hey, thanks for whoever stopped into the stream. We're just getting ready to get started, so. Man, I haven't done a proper stream, like a proper solo stream of the Elder Scrolls Online since August of 2023. It was still pre-Starfield. We were getting back into Fallout 3 when we ended, so I've got some ideas on how to better do the content, hopefully, from this year onward. So hopefully things will run a lot smoother when I'm setting up my ESO content. We won't be doing it as long. So, but then again, we also have the new thing this year. They've got the scrying system, which I'll talk a little bit more about once we actually get underway and get through the different talking. Yeah, this is a new. I don't like that much. That's a new one I just got recently. I want the Debella blush. Where's the Debella blush? Oh, there it is. Yes, and then antique silver. Not lycanthropic gray. Oh, warrior steel will work too. Then, no, that can be blush as well. There we go. Maybe I should do her weapons too. There we go, all changed up. Yeah, tonight was supposed to be Mass Effect, so I apologize if anyone was hoping for Mass Effect tonight. We're going to be we'll return to Mass Effect next week, since this is just, this only comes around once a year for a prologue quest now. It used to come twice a year, but now we'll be just doing this the one time, and then we won't be doing any more Elder Scrolls Online stuff until June, when Gold Road is officially out. So, alright, now I know where it is in Wayrest, but since Reewish is a member of the Pact, I would like to start the quest in Mournhold. So let's go see if I can find where to start the quest at.
I can't wait to take a load off at the
Oh yeah, also it's the Jubilee. I kind of do this every year. I kind of show off the new cake when I remember to. See, it's under tools. Here you go. So we got ourselves it's a cake version of the white gold tower. You've got peaches. We got nice little like strawberries, little tufts of cream. It's supposed to be a chocolate cake, I believe. Yes, see the chocolate in there, and of course it's got a. I think this is a marzipan remake of Moloch balls sitting on top of it. This is the 10th anniversary cake celebrating 10 years of the Elder Scrolls Online. So that's also why they've gone all out for the Jubilee as well. Like they've, it's really gone all out. There's the person for the quest. Now, last year the cake ended up as a thumbnail. I wonder if that'll happen for this one too. Fate summons you, champion. Will you answer it? I always answer Fate's call.
Leramil the Wise sent me to find you, Proxy. Hermaeus Mora summons you once more to his service, in accordance with the contract you signed in Necrom. The realm of Apocrypha is under threat again, and with it, our own as well.
What kind of disaster are we facing?
In Hermaeus Mora's realm of Apocrypha, there is a door that must not be opened. A secret, forgotten for millennia. But a Dremora named Torvasad remembers. He is determined to open that door. If he succeeds, reality itself could be undone.
What is it you want me to do exactly?
I am but a messenger. My task is to set you upon the path. Seek out Leramil the Wise in the outlaws' refuge of this city. She will explain what must be done to avert the ruin of all. I am told you will be well rewarded for your service.
Alright, I'll find Leramil the Wise and speak with her.
Leramil the Wise awaits you amid the outcasts and exiles of this city. We who are chosen to serve the Goldeneye are often regarded with fear and suspicion in these lands. It is better to avoid attention.
Who are you?
I am but a scholar, a seeker of truth. I belong to an order called the Sodality of the Eye. In exchange for our service, the Golden Eye, he whom you know as Hermaeus Mora, gifts us with hidden knowledge.
So you're a cultist?
I would hardly call myself such a thing. Hermaeus Mora is indifferent to the worship of mortals, but he finds it useful to reward those who agree to serve him in this plane.
Remind me about Leramil the Wise.
Leramil? She is a scryer of hidden things, a high elf blessed with the rare talent to perceive the threads of fate. She is not of our order, but often acts as a mortal agent for the Golden Eye. Their interests in this matter are aligned.
It seems weird that Hermaeus Mora is using us for this purpose when he has a champion in Apocrypha right now. But then again, the said champion is also already starting to rebel against him, even now in the Second Era. So maybe that's got something to do with it.
Thank you for bringing the Echoneer. We will need this relic.
Speaking of relics, thieves stole an old staff from the Oathsworn pit. I want to know why.
Indeed. How did my unwelcome guests find their way to Bedlam Vale? I am curious.
Good orcs died, little prince. I'm not curious. I'm angry.
Oh yeah, this Fun Hin is a demi-prince, whatever that specifically is.
Thank you for answering my summons, Proxy. I am afraid our respite has reached its end. We saved Apocrypha from Vermina and Periite, but it seems Torvasad has embarked on a new design. Hermaeus Mora has need of you again.
A new design, what do you mean?
Torvasad seeks to return to the Mythos, the heart of Apocrypha. He intends to restore Ethelia, the Daedric prince he once served. He has already opened 2 glyphics to revive her memory. He cannot be allowed to unlock the final glyphic.
I still wonder if you've never done the Necron quest how this is handled, but I thought Torvasad couldn't get back into the Mythos.
Torvasad cannot force his way into the Mythos against Mora's will, but Mora is unable to perceive his movements. There may be a way for Torvasad to sidestep Mora's ban and reach the vault of the glyphic. Here, take the Echoneer. You will need it.
What is this exactly?
A relic forged by Hermaeus Mora. The Echoneer can corporealize distinct foci. That is, it can reveal echoes of past events related to the Forgotten Prince. Choices made ages ago now menace our world. The Echenir can help us understand them.
How do I use the Echenir?
When you come to a location associated with Prince Athelia, hold forth the Echenir to draw out and observe any lingering memories. You may also need to perceive the threads of fate as I do. I have a spell for that.
Why do we need to stop Torsad from remembering Prince Athelia?
Because Hermaeus Mora has foreseen that a restored Prince Athelia threatens the very foundations of reality, endangering Apocrypha, Nirn, and all of existence. The one who knows needs mortal aid to avert catastrophe.
Very well, where do we begin?
Hermaeus Mora cannot see Torvasad, but he can sense threads of fate disturbed by Torvasad's actions. The threads are fraying in Grotwood, Reaper's March, and Stonefalls. I will open a portal to each place. Choose one, and we shall go.
Okay. How could everyone forget a Daedric prince?
Hermaeus Mora reached into every mind, mortal and immortal, and erased all memory of Athelia. His work, however, was not perfect. A select few sensed that something had been taken from them, and he could not erase his own memory of what he had done.
Who was, Athelia? What happened to her?
Torvasad calls Athelia the Prince of Paths, the Mistress of the Untraveled Road, the Fate Changer. Your guess about what that all means is as good as mine, Proxy. As for her fate, I imagine that secret is locked in the final glyphic.
How did Torvasad remember her if everyone else forgot?
Torvasad said he was tormented by half-remembered dreams. A strange thing, as Daedra do not dream the way we mortals do. The sense of something missing drove him to search for answers. That search finally led him to Apocrypha.
Tell me more about Torvasad.
Torvasad is a clanless Dremora who allies himself with different Daedric princes. When we encountered him in Necrom, he was working with Vermina and Periite to uncover a secret hidden in Apocrypha. Now he recalls that he once served Athelia.
You said Torvasad already opened 2 glyphics.
Yes. The first held the secret that Hermaeus Mora erased a memory from all of Nirn and Oblivion. The second glyphic revealed the memory. There was once a Daedric prince named Athelia, a prince Torvasad served.
So where's the 3rd glyphic?
It lies hidden in a vault in the Mythos, the very heart of Apocrypha. Reaching it against Hermaeus Mora's will should be impossible, but Torvasad has already done so twice. Mora called him unseen. Somehow Torvasad eludes his gaze.
Why do you call me Proxy?
Because you bear the mark of Hermaeus Mora. He has chosen you to serve as champion of fate, his agent in the mortal realm and perhaps beyond. You can act in places where the one who knows cannot directly intervene, as can I.
When did Hermaeus Mora mark me?
When you signed the contract agreeing to act as fate's mortal agent. Never fear, Hermaeus Mora has no interest in your soul. I signed a similar contract long ago, when Mora realized I could perceive the threads of fate.
It's interesting because he took the soul of Mirak, but maybe Mirak asked for something different. Why didn't you share the ability to share threads of fate before?
You had no need of such a gift during our last encounter. And Hermaeus Mora specifically told me not to share it until the time was right. That time, according to Mora, is now upon us. The one who knows can be inscrutable at times.
All right. Mora, good to see you again.
The more I hear of this, the less I like it. A forgotten Daedric prince. No wonder Malakath took an interest in this. The last thing anyone needs is another power in Oblivion meddling with our world. I may be a king in Orsinium, but I am also a loyal servant of Malakath. When the Furious One puts a dream in my head, I listen. Besides, it's not good for orcs to get mixed up in ancient elf cults. I want to make sure this doesn't happen again. The Staff of Many Paths, or so it's called. No one seems to know exactly how or when it came to be locked up in the Oathsworn pit. But it must have been there for a long time. The Recollection escaped with it when we fought off their attack.
The Recollection?
Mercenaries? Cultists of some kind. Most of them were wood elves. They came to the Oathsworn pit to recruit new members from the warrior lodges there. Or so they said. When our people refused to join up, they attacked.
A forgotten Daedric prince? Surely there is some mistake. I know nothing of any missing princes, and I can assure you I am in a position to know. Unless I was made to forget as well. An intriguing mystery. Good luck, mortal.
I didn't expect to find you here.
Nor did I expect to find you. As always, it is a surprise and a delight, dear mortal. Interesting things happen whenever you're around. To answer your unspoken question, I am here on family business, so to speak.
Family business?
Hermaeus Mora rarely asks anything of me, and I have little use for heaps of obscure tomes. Yet he is scrupulous about paying his debts. I am doing him a small favor, and now he owes me. One never knows when that might prove useful.
What exactly happened in Bedlam Vale?
Some impertinent fool calling herself the Blind thought I wouldn't mind if she and her little band of cultists came to Maelstrom and rooted through my collection of trinkets. I gather they were looking for the Ekaneer.
The Ekaneer?
A large petrified eyeball excreted by Hermaeus Mora himself. I've had it since I don't know when. I used it as a paperweight. But it seems Mora had a purpose for the Ekaneer all along. Well, it was boring. I'm happy to be rid of it.
I didn't expect to find you here. I already said that. Okay. Alright. So I've already gone to Reaper's March and Stonefalls first. So this time I'm going to start with Grotwood and see if there's any difference in the... I don't think there's going to be, but it's always worth a try, especially when they're trying a more less linear story now.
An Ayleid ruin? Interesting. Do you perceive the threads of fate? The threads mark Torvasad's trail. Follow them. I will search the surroundings for any other hidden signs.
Yeah, I assume they'll probably do the same with Gold Road, kind of like how they did with Necrom, where we could pick 3 paths, and 3 of the main quests were taken care of by doing those 3, or actually technically 4 of the main quests were taken care of by doing those 3 paths. Alright. The Reliquary Ruins. Now, we've actually been in here before a long time ago. I couldn't even tell you when it was. It was when we did Grotwood, maybe 2021, 2022, something like that. Baragon. So maybe not that long ago.
Why, if it isn't my sister Everly's friend! Good to see you! I'm dealing with a real mystery, almost as convoluted as that Waking Flame affair. I'm tracking a group of troublemakers called the Recollection. I don't suppose you're after them too?
Baragon, what are you doing here?
I guess that business with the Waking Flame cult and Emperor Leovic's Elder Council brought me out of retirement. When the Recollection showed up, people started disappearing. So, I put down my quill and picked up my daggers again.
How about Everly Sharparrow? Is she here too?
My little sister is off on her own adventures. Honestly, I can't keep track of her comings and goings. I think we can blame that on you, friend. Your example inspired her to go find situations in need of a wandering adventurer.
What can you tell me about the Recollection?
They're an elusive lot. Something between a secret society, a mercenary company, and a cult. I caught wind of people disappearing, and I think they're involved. If you're not after the Recollection, why are you here?
I'm looking for a Tremora named Torvasad.
Dangerous quarry. But you look like you know what you're doing. It's strange that my pursuit of the Recollection and your hunt for Torvasad led us both to these old ruins. That does give me an idea, though.
What do you have in mind, Baragon?
I propose we work together. There are more Recollection here than I care to tangle with by myself. But maybe we can get some answers together. We can figure out why they're interested in the Reliquary of Stars, why we look for your elusive Dremora.
Alright, let's head on in.
I overheard a recollection mage named Endigor mention a hidden shrine in the ruins. Something about a waterfall in the Flesh Gardens. Not the most pleasant appellation, but maybe we should start there. It's somewhere to the north.
Can you tell me anything else about the recollection?
It seems to be a revival of an ancient Ayleid cult, or some kind of Ayleid-inspired military order, perhaps. There are a lot of wood elves in their ranks, I'm sorry to say. It's strange. I never even heard of them until a few months ago.
What led you to look into them?
I heard rumors about recollection groups poking around Ayleid ruins back in Westweald, and people started disappearing around the same time, including a few I happen to know. I can't say if they were abducted or recruited.
What is this place?
It's called the Reliquary of Stars, an old Ayleid archive of some kind. The Mages Guild researchers here say Magicka courses through the very walls. They're too busy with their studies to notice recollection scouts sneaking into the reliquary.
It doesn't help this place is crawling with Ayleid undead either, so... I'm hoping that the Wood Elf companion, when they finally add one, will be Evely, but we'll have to wait and see, so... Because they kind of lock... I mean, no, actually, I was going to say they would kind of lock Evely out of being a quest character, but honestly, no, they wouldn't. Even if they made... Because you could just talk to her and she would be able to get her quest dialogue even as a companion.
Watch your step in here, friend.
It's just that, if she's with you as a companion, then, she'll be in your companion slot, but otherwise she'll show up as an NPC. It's a Welkin Stone. That's cool. We've seen a lot of Welkin Stones lately, as Reewish's descendant, Nakia. Nakia Lady Luck Lockdesh. You can catch her adventures in Oblivion Sundays from 10 to 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Got putting my little shameless plugs for the other streams I do.
Really don't like your odds.
I'm gonna have to try to finish my Mages Guild because I want the Shooting Star Ultimate, so I'm gonna have to work on that. What is my Mages Guild level? It's 8. Ooh, it's not that far. I might... if we have time in the stream afterwards, I might go hunt some lore books.
Thomasard warned us you'd be coming. Though the relic he sold wasn't
I can
here,
assist you.
he left me to deal with you. This fight is far from over.
The problem is that I am Reewish, the mighty battle lizard, dumbass.
Guess I wasn't as sneaky as I thought. Must be out of practice.
Elnagor. It seems Azura's relic is no longer here. I confess I'm at a loss. It appears to have been removed centuries ago. I cannot spend any more time looking into this now, so I leave it in the Recollection's hands. Study the shrine, delve into the history of this place, and find out who took the land. Send word if you learn anything useful, and prepare yourself. Morris champions are sure to find this place soon. In the meantime, I must turn my efforts to the other relics. Torvasad.
Looks like we found the recollection. Or some of it. I didn't know Endigor well, but what I knew of him, I didn't like. A bigoted radical at best. I'm surprised he would work with any non-Bosmer at all. What's in that letter?
Their instructions for Elnagor from Torvasad.
May I see? Huh. That settles the question of whether Torvasad and the Recollection are working together. It was no coincidence that we met here today, friend.
The note says Torvasad is looking for a relic, a lamp.
According to the letter, they haven't found it yet, or even any leads to its whereabouts. If they had, Endigor would be off with Torvasad, looking somewhere else by now. I wonder what happened to the lamp.
I have something that might show us. Do you see anything unusual here?
Something unusual? Let me see. Ah, over by the altar. Is that what you're looking for?
Yep. Pull out the eye and kaboom!
Galvanized warning was clear. This Suliok vault is no longer safe. We must move the lamp.
But where can we hide the relic?
I know a cave to the north. The lamp should be safe there, once we apply the appropriate spell.
Was that a memory from the Merethic era? Never mind that. Who's this high elf?
I am Laramel, little wood elf. I assume from what we saw in that memory that Torvasad did not find what he was looking for.
A strange vision. They were worried about the Aelids, but there haven't been Aelids here in centuries upon centuries. Speaking of strange, it looks like we've gained a new companion. I assume you know that high elf.
Baragon. I already guessed it. Laramil the Wise. I'm helping her look for Torvasad.
I see. Well, since it looks like the recollection is working for him, I guess I'm looking for Torvasad now too. There are plenty of recollections skulking about in Westweald. I'll meet you there if you run short of other leads.
I'll remember that. Good luck, Baragon.
Nature's luck to you too, friend. I have a feeling our paths will cross again.
Let us speak, Proxy. Curious. There was a relic of Azura here. A lamp. No doubt the mages who removed it feared this place would be sacked by the Alessians. A memory preserved since the early First Era. I wonder what Torvasad wants with the lamp.
Where do we go now?
Hermaeus Mora requires you to make that decision without his guidance, Proxy. Torvasad disturbed fate in 3 different locations. The one who knows must have a reason for instructing us to visit each one.
What about Stonefalls? What's there?
The one who knows requires us to learn that for ourselves. However, I cannot help but notice that these troubles all began in the Telvanni Peninsula. And now it seems we must return to Morrowind. Perhaps there is a connection.
Very well, I'm ready to continue.
Excellent. In the interest of hastening our investigation of these perturbations, a physical translocation of... I shall open portals to save us time. Choose one, and I shall follow.
Why didn't you just say that the first time, Laramel? Nope, that's Reaper's March. Let's go to Stonefalls next. This place again.
Daedric energy lingers in this place, tangled with threads of unraveling fate. Torvasad was here. Follow the threads of fate, Proxy. I shall cast about for any other signs of his activity.
Mothfly got shot. A bow from the string.
I hope we find more than trouble here.
Yeah, so we learned some new things about the scrying system today.
If I could trade like my little sister, the most interesting places I'd visit would be banks.
Yeah, like I said, we learned some new things about the scrying system, including just how intricate the system is going to be. There are 11 what's called grimoires. These are special skills that we can create and customize using the scribing system. Each time we customize one, we have to spend inks based on the number of scripts that we're changing. So the first time you create one, it'll always cost 3 inks. So you'll have to find and use 3 inks to make the skill. And then after that, if you just change it, you only have to spend enough inks based on what you're changing. So if you only modify one thing, you only spend 1 ink, which is going to be cost effective if you're just making a small adjustment, like something didn't work quite right, or you want to try something else. But basically, so you can use it to fill holes in your builds. Like, for example, if you have trouble with healing, you can make a skill that's just completely about healing you and any allies you may have. And you can just completely go in on that. Also, apparently there's a script for class mastery. Each of the classes will have a script that gives them specific bonuses that can be attached to any of the grimoires. So, for example, the example given was Soul Burst, which is the Soul Magic skill lines grimoire. The person had put Pool, which pulls enemies together. The class mastery, which gives them
Why would fate lead us
Crux as an Arcanist, and then the other one for Breach to lower their defenses. And basically they create something that sets them up to fire off their Fate Carver ability, which is a giant energy beam, which I think is really cool. As I write, an intangible future descends upon Resdian. False light obscures the conviction we once shared. I pray this missive finds you cocooned in the shell of will and spirit, despite the news it carries. Our fate, once increcy, woven you get it. Woven tapestry of divine immortal existence is being unraveled by a new force, as inexorable as the march of the make-way gods. The concurrent three, Almasi, a mere cult once, but a flicker in our collective consciousness, has ignited in a blaze of glory and zeal. They are consuming fire upon our world, and my sisters, I fear they are inevitable. These zealots hail not one, not two, but three newly ascended entities, a triumvirate cloaked in robes of divinity. Their rise is fueled not by fateful dance of faith and love, but by the mechanistic gears of manipulation and force. They hope we shall remain blind to it. Oh man, this is kind of long. I'm going to just go ahead and just pause from this page for a second. If you want to read, you can pause the video and read through it. The same for this page. Like I said, it's a little too long to read on this.
Fascinating. That ancient book stirred up a memory. Use the Echoneer to examine it, Proxy.
Tribunal's ordinators hold our brethren. We need the skein of secrets to free them.
But the skein is lost. We must beseech the Lady of Whispers for help.
Then let us adjourn to the secret sanctuary. The circle we stand upon is the door. We need but a single drop of blood to open it.
You need to actually cut your palm, you just nick your arm or something.
Ah, I see. This ritual circle conceals a gate, activated by a little blood. Let us see where it leads.
I didn't see you volunteering to shed your blood on it. I don't know.
Nothing. Fate seems to be fighting back. I wonder how much of that is because of you.
Torfasad?
Talk to Fate's Chosen. Tell us what this is all about.
Fate's Chosen? How presumptuous a title Hermaeus Mora has bestowed upon you. The Prince of Fate is using you, mortal. Long ago, he and his allies inflicted a terrible wrong on my prince. Now he hopes you can stop me from undoing that damage.
Tell us what you're trying to do, Torvasad. Make us understand.
How can a mere mortal understand the convolutions of oblivion? Prince Ethelia, the Prince of Paths, mistress of the untraveled road, fate changer, the dark reflection, the last tomorrow, she who saw and wept. Moira, in his jealousy, erased her.
What do you mean, erased her?
Hermaeus Mora convinced other Daedric princes to conspire against Ethelia. He played upon their fears of the unknown. None of them understood the gift of choosing what is to be. They all turned against my prince.
I mean, that's kind of what happened to Jigalag, too. Jigalag got turned against and was turned into Sheogorath. So this is about revenge.
Revenge? No, that is for my prince to mete out. I am a scion of Ethelia, and my ancient purpose is to restore her to power, to undo what the cowardly princes did to her. And the very relics they used against Ethelia will help me find her.
Is that what you're looking for here? A relic?
Mathal's skein of secrets. Don't bother looking. It isn't here. It seems Mathal's alien worshippers locked it away in some vault beneath Westweald long ago. No matter. The skein would help, but I'll find another way to reach my prince.
I wonder if that's going to be in Gold Road, or if that's something that's in Oblivion. I'll have to look it up. Hermes Morris says reality itself will be undone if you find Adelia.
And you believe Mora? Stand aside, mortal. I will not be swayed from my purpose.
Seems like he's having trouble making portals.
A skein of secrets, used to defeat Athelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Come, Proxy, let us speak. A skein of secrets, somehow used to defeat Athelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Daedric relics have a way of causing trouble wherever they appear. Even the Echenir could be dangerous in the wrong hands.
What now, Mill?
We must determine what awaits us at the final site. Twice now the threads of fate have led us to a Daedric prince's shrine. I imagine we will find a third such shrine there. The question is whether Torvasad has found another relic or not.
Alright, I'm ready to go.
Good. Allow me to create another portal to speed our journey. It appears we are in a race against Torvasad, and so far he is winning.
Let's try to turn this around.
You should be able to perceive the threads of fate here. Follow them, Proxy.
Ah, the fate. Old Rejad saw your coming in the tides. Hermora wished this one to greet you here. So it is that our fates cross paths. What is it you seek, Fate Walker?
I'm looking for a Dremora named Torvasad. His actions threaten reality itself.
Otrejad has seen no Dremora, but that does not mean your Cory has not been here. There is change in the air, a change that began long ago. Old Rejad knows you should seek the blessing of the children ever mourned.
Seek a blessing? What do you mean?
Visit the nearby shrines of beloved Jon and Jod. Pay your respects. In days of old, we Khajiit would pray to the twins to bless our paths with moonlight and sugar. Perhaps it will be so again.
Very well. Where are these shrines?
The shrines are here in this courtyard. Old Rejad can tell. You have a long journey ahead of you, Fate Walker. You will need the blessings of the two moons. Return after you have paid your respects.
What is this place?
You stand in the Temple of the Two Moons path. Long ago, Dune was a kingdom guided by moon priests and scholars. To this day, new mains come here to complete their journey with the Moon Hallowed and take up their sacred duties.
There seems to be a lot of Stonefire cultists here.
They are followers of Molag. There was a time when Rejad would have driven them away from this place. Now, old Rejad knows it is for another to cleanse the temple. He would not be displeased if you punished a few today.
I've already actually cleared them out. A long journey ahead, what do you mean?
This place is just a stop along your path, Fate Walker. What you ultimately seek is not here. But do not despair. Old Rejad thinks you had to come here, and his heart tells him your journey will take you to strange and distant places indeed.
All right. Let us pray to Jode. Right now, we just need Jones' blessing. Right.
The moon spirits favor you, Fate Walker. Baudrillard sees your path clearly now. Yes. Though the twins remain silent, their light shines upon the path. For those who know how to see it. Baudrillard understands now why the Tide Watcher told him to meet you here.
What do you mean?
You seek an unraveling fate, yes? This one now realizes that means examining an event from long ago. Hermora wishes you to see a memory trapped in the stone of this place. Yet, how could we do such a thing, old Rijad wonders?
I have a relic of Hermaeus Mora, the Inchilor. It reveals memories.
A thing blessed by the Tide Watcher himself. Old Rijad was never one to deal in relics of any origin. Still, if that is its purpose, then use your relic here. Let us see what it shows you, Fate Walker.
Very well.
The first main has shown us a new path. This temple is to be raised. So command Ridata.
The Riddlethar, the first main.
No! This shrine is under Boethra's protection. Let this serve as a warning.
Why does Boethra want this temple to remain intact, sisters?
Do not question the warrior of the east and west, my sisters. Now, back to Dokrin.
Interesting. Old Rijad is an expert concerning those days. Strife consumed all of elsewhere when the cult of Riddlethar spread like a storm across the sands. One could say Boethra died in that time.
Any idea why Hermaeus Mora wanted me to see his memory?
The Riddlethar kicked sand over old beliefs. Manikajit turned away from Boethra. The warrior of the east and west was abandoned. Only a Dokrin temple was her worship preserved, though the monks there fell too in time.
Do you think something important about the temple?
The faith you follow was knitted there.
Hello, thanks for stopping in.
Hermora wished you to relive that old memory, so this one could tell you of Boethra. Your quarry's path leads to Dokrin. Now, so does yours. Rijad will mark the place on your map.
Alright, I already have it on my maps. We've been there before, actually, quite a while ago. It definitely was 2022. That's when I did Reaper's March. Maybe I should think of changing my mount up. What mounts do I have? I've been using that mount for a while. Oh, I've got a serpent now. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, and this is where we want to go, so this is the best way shrine to go to. In the world? Base game zones, sometimes they don't work as intended.
Quick, you swit!
Yeah, the last time we came down here, the Riddlethar helped us activate these shrines. Which is kind of funny since this was a shrine to Boethia, but...
As I expected, our paths have once more come together. Enter the portal, Proxy.
Monkey! Torvasad!
Why would Torvasad seek out a shrine to Boethia? Wait, up above. Torvasad is here.
Ah, Mora's champions. I expected to run into you eventually.
We just saw you at the last place.
Boethia's blade, Abolisher, is mine now. The first of the 3 relics I require is in my hands. Soon, Prince Ethelia will be restored. I hope you are there to witness her glory.
A relic of Boethia? One moment, Proxy. We should speak. As I thought, this is about ancient relics. Torvasad believes they can lead him to Ethelia, the Forgotten Prince. But I do not yet see how he hopes to make use of them.
We investigated all 3 disturbances. What now?
A good question. I find it interesting that Torvasad was not satisfied with only 1 relic. He wanted to recover 3. A blade associated with Boethia, a lamp from a shrine of Azura, and a skein created by Mephala. I wonder...
What are you thinking?
These princes are known as the Good Daedra in Dunmer tradition. Long ago, they often allied with each other to guide and protect the people of Morrowind. I doubt that is a coincidence.
What do the Good Daedra have to do with Torvasad's Forgotten Prince?
I am not sure. It might prove useful to consult with someone better versed in ancient Dark Elf religion than I am. Fortunately, I believe I know just the elf. Our dear friend Gadain. Come, Proxy. I shall open a portal to Vardenfell.
All right. It's been a while since we've been to Vardenfell, too. Even longer.
Laramil, you returned. But I know that look. What's wrong?
Torvasad once more moves against Apocrypha. He seeks to restore the Forgotten Prince. I'll let our friend explain.
I finally resolved to see the world beyond Necrom. With some assistance from Laramil, of course. Then Hermaeus Mora called her away again. I'm glad to see you're still helping her, friend. Did I hear correctly? Torvasad has returned?
Torvasad plans to use relics of Azura, Boethia, and Mephala to locate Prince Ethelia.
What I know about Daedric princes and relics, I learned at Laramil's side. If she doesn't know what it means, I can't add much more. The good Daedra haven't been widely worshipped in Morrowind for ages. How do you think they're involved?
Torvasad says they conspire with Hermaeus Mora against Prince Ethelia.
I've never heard any such story, but Holomeon Monastery is just north of here. The monks there preserve the old Velothi traditions. If we're dealing with ancient myths about the good Daedra, they might be able to help.
All right, let's go to the monastery.
Go on ahead. I just need a moment to confer with Laramil. We'll meet you at Holomeon shortly. We may need to convince the monks that we come in good faith. They rarely welcome visitors who don't share their beliefs.
Gotta make sure I get myself situated correctly.
It's sealed. I suppose we could knock?
We have no time for this. I shall open a portal.
No need for that. The Golden Eye foretold your coming. Welcome.
The Abbot! Forgive our intrusion, and listen to what our friend has to say.
It's funny, I've got Miri with me while we're doing this.
Greetings, champion. The Golden Eye, Hermaeus Mora himself, spoke to me in a dream. He told me you were coming here. I am Andor Indoril. It is my honor to serve as abbot and historian of this monastery.
Hermaeus Mora speaks to you?
Only this once, which is why I thought it best to listen. So long as you promise not to harm any monks nor remove any tomes without permission, you may explore the monastery freely. What exactly do you seek here?
We're looking into relics of Azura, Boethia, and Mephala. A blade, a lamp, and a skein.
I know of a few blades sacred to Boethia, but I am unfamiliar with lamps or skeins. They are not among the relics commonly associated with our ancestral spirits. However, there are more secrets preserved here than any one scholar could ever uncover.
What do you recommend?
The Holomeon Library, of course. We have many volumes found nowhere else. Follow me, champion. We keep the main entrance sealed, since the more stringent ordinators consider our brethren to be heretics. I assure you, they are not.
Lead the way.
Ah, I just sent your friends to the library. It's down the stairs to your right.
Okay, so why did they get the teleport treatment and I actually have to walk down?
Look, the Echenir has something to show us. Fate has led us true again.
Secrecy is everything. Yet, we must leave something behind in the event that we fail.
Even if we succeed, the Midwat again may arise some long tomorrow from now.
Brother Mora will not allow that to happen. But I agree. We should leave instructions here for those who come after.
That book. It is the very one those three ancient priests were handling in the memory. Examine it, Proxy.
At Mephala's sacred command, I now record my final testament. The Lady of Whispers calls upon me to surrender myself in her service. Gladly I make a gift of my life to the Dark Queen I have served all my days. I'm not alone in my sacrifice. With me go priests of Azura and Boethia, likewise chosen as intermediaries and living vessels for the princes they serve. Together we shall travel to the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets. A gate to Hermaeus Mora's realm awaits us there. Willingly we are to yield up our mortal bodies to our princes so that I may enter into Apocrypha and take secret counsel against the Prince of Pass. This testament I leave behind is in the event our sacrifice fails or is forgotten. There is no place in Nirn the Prince of Pass does not bestride, no choice she cannot undo. Only in the secret heart of Apocrypha can our princes come together to devise her downfall. Attend, you who read these words. Should we fail, this is your path you must take.
Those devout priests offered themselves so their princes could meet in secret. We must find the gate they used. It could be the access to Apocrypha Torvasad is seeking.
What about the relics? How do they fit in?
Torvasad said the relics would help him find Athelia. He must believe they will lead him to a gate to Apocrypha or the final glyphic in the mythos. We need to find the gate first, but I have no idea where the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets lies.
If it's a shrine to Hermaeus Mora, can't he just tell us where it is?
The The course of fate is never that simple. Many futures branch from each choice we make. If we know too much, we risk altering our choices and changing the outcome. Therefore, Mora tells us only what you must. As fate's chosen, you will lead the way.
And how do you suggest I do that exactly?
We are in a monastery dedicated to ancient knowledge. There must be a book or scholar here that can point the way. Abbot Andor said our coming was foretold. Perhaps the one we are meant to learn this secret from will know you as well.
Alright, I'll ask around. I'm gonna cut out the middleman and go directly to the person who has the knowledge. I apologize about it. Just, I know who has it, so we may as well talk to them.
Curious. I sense a powerful arcane aura surrounding you. You carry something rarely seen on this mortal plane. It reeks of the black arts of oblivion. Wondrous. May I see it?
Very well.
Fascinating. A relic crafted by the Golden Eye himself. Few mortals have ever laid eyes on such a thing. I can see you have been chosen by Hermaeus Mora for something special. A rare honor indeed.
You worship Hermaeus Mora?
Worship implies the subject of one's devotion desires adulation. Hermaeus Mora is beyond such vanities. I give him my respect, not my prayers. If one wishes to uncover the secrets of the plains, it is merely prudent.
Do you know where I can find the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets?
Ah, the fabled shrine of Nabia. Some say the disaster occurred after the birth of the tribunal, but I think it happened in the Merethic era. If it still stands, it would be along the shore to the north. Perhaps your relic can help you locate it.
Okay. I just remembered I didn't set up my level up for Oblivion. Shoot.
Nabia is just...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that tomorrow.
Let's ride.
Because when I stream, yeah. Well, I'm planning to kind of change up what I'm doing because it's taking so long to level block, and I have no intention of using block as a primary skill, and I was just using it to level in endurance. I'm faster swimming anyways, but shoot, I forgot what I was saying. I think I'll probably just set myself up to get a couple level ups. Or I could probably do it at the beginning of a Sunday stream, honestly. Just set up the other two skills so that way I'll have my intelligence and willpower ready to go. And just show off what I'm going to do for the endurance leveling. Then again, it might be prudent just to do a couple levels off stream, because I just want to max out my skills, or not my skills, but my stats, before I just start letting myself level more freely. Because the figure, those are probably high enough now that I can probably not worry about it and just continue forward. We're almost done with the game anyways as it is. I kind of want to level up some more though, so I can do more of the Daedric Prince quest, but we'll get into more of that on Sunday, so I'll decide between now and then what I'm going to do, so I've got a whole day tomorrow to think about it, so.
Oh, Croxy, just in time. Use the Echenir and see if some lingering memory can lead us to the shrine.
Prince of Gods caused the sea to swallow this ancient city. Hermona's temple now lies beneath the waves.
And that is where we must go. Methala, Lady of Whispers, take this mortal shell.
I am ready. Boethia, I call upon you. Dark warrior, let me bear you to the conclave of princes.
See, the middle one didn't actually call upon Azura, but still was possessed anyways. You can tell from the way they're standing and moving that they're now possessed by the princes.
The priests allow their princes to possess them and waded into the water. Huh. I know where to find the shrine.
This is actually one of those lore books I was talking about finding.
Obviously, Anud Nabia's lost shrine sunk into the sea ages ago. A fitting end for a place dedicated to the master of the tides of fate. But that will make it difficult to reach.
How can we get to a sunken shrine?
A submerged shrine calls for a powerful spell. I shall weave an arcane shield that will allow us to breathe and walk upon the seafloor. Once those ancient priests were possessed, they must have done the same. Enter the sea when you are ready.
Alright. Wait, why do I need a bubble at the bottom of the sea? I'm an Argonian. I can breathe water. Yeah, seriously, why do I need a bubble? Never mind. You know what? It doesn't need to make sense, I guess. It's just kind of strange that they put an Argonian in a bubble. Maybe it's the water pressure. Okay, so there are lurkers down here, too, for some reason. And they will knock you over if they get too close to you. Oh, also, there's a Pokemon battle going over here. Krabby versus Dweeble.
This is incredible. Look at us, strolling along the seabed like it was a street.
Yeah, I think that crabbing pot might be a little small, guys.
Both of you, and watch out for any large predatory sea life.
It's kind of cool that we get to walk along the bottom of the ocean.
Island? Where are we? And who are those warriors?
A demi-plane, not an island. We are no longer on Nern. Torvasad must be near. I doubt the recollection reached this place without his help.
It sure looks like Nern.
Go on.
No, the sky is wrong. It's very close, but you can just tell that the sky is in fact wrong. I wonder if this is Mora's divvy plane. Ooh, Dawnbreaker increased to rank 2. I didn't even realize I had Dawnbreaker on.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap.
That's good, Gary. Torvasad, stop this madness. Ooh, torch bugs.
There has got to be a better source for your alchemy practice.
The path to the mythos.
Oh, I forgot Miri doesn't like bugs.
Only those bearing the essence of Azura, Boethia, or Mephala can access
Did I
this
not
portal.
lose?
The gate recognizes Boethia's blade. Now I can return to the mythos and find my prince at last.
A permanent portal to the mythos. I did not know such a thing existed.
Chosen of fate, hold. We must speak.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's nothing else I can do until the portal reopens.
Proves surprisingly resourceful. I created this gate to admit none but the mortal vessels of my eras to Apocrypha. Yet the relic of Boethia he carries deceived my defenses.
Clever ploy.
Where did Torvasod go?
Torvasod has breached the mythos, the heart of my realm. Twice before he found his way to a glyphic, holding part of the secret he seeks. Only one part remains sealed. You must stop him from reaching the glyphic of shattered reflections.
Hal, the gate is closed and we don't have any Boethia, Azura, or Mapala relics.
I created this gate, and I command it still. Behold, this portal is opened and will take you where Torvasod has gone. What happens next is in your hands. I dare not interfere with fate more than I have.
What do you mean? You dare not interfere?
You are the chosen of fate. This task is appointed to you, not by me, but by the demands of causality and consequence. If I try to stop Torvasod, I will fail. You, however, always have a chance. That is the nature of mortals. Now, go.
Because by the time this portal reopened, it was already too late.
The mythos of Apocrypha. Heart of Hermaeus Mora's domain.
I remember an answer Torvasod's call.
We got ourselves here. We got Shardborns. That must be what the Dremora clan that Torvasod belonged to is named. Well, okay, so those things are not kidding around. The hushed.
Requires Clan Shardborn's power.
Ooh, got a lead. Void Alloy Revits. We want to go this way.
Caramel's amulet can protect us both.
Just gonna inconvenience Athelia just a little bit. Some of her servants may not survive, or may take a while to reform in Oblivion.
Get closer to me, friend.
Those things are horrifying looking.
I guess this is a fight now.
It's always been a fight, Miri. Mirror plasm. Look at that thing. But look at this. The Hollow Sentinel. Oh. Right. The Sentinel is dead.
I could kill them to run away. Well, no, I guess it won't. Maybe they should try that.
Restore your strength.
Shardborn? Who in Oblivion are they?
Let fate renew your vigor.
Defeat the Glass Manticora. My gosh, look at that thing. Mirrormore, the name of Athelia's realm.
Marked by Mora as a foe, and I have no time to tell them any different.
Come on, Torvastad, we were friends very briefly. Or, well, at least we were allies in the same cause very briefly.
Laramil's amulet can protect us both.
Let the threads of fate restore your strength.
Get closer to me, friend. Stand close and let me shield you.
The glass astronaut called a glass fragment. He's down.
Torvastad. He found the last glyphic.
The last glyphic and the final secret. I must know what happened to Prince Ethelia.
Defeated Prince Ethelia. Now we must all forget our victory.
Forget? Why should I forget how I took this mortal shell and tracked Ethelia with my skein?
Azura and I did our part with these vessels of flesh. And the land, and Abolisher.
Listen, my fellow princes. The Lord of Fate is right. Imprison Ethelia in your mythos, Mora. Then erase all memory of her existence.
Imprisoned by cowards. Abandoned by betrayers. But I remember. And I know how to free my prince.
Well, we failed. Officially.
Away, alone for millennia. I will free
My goodness, look at this tower.
restore her glory.
This is where Ethelia was kept captive for centuries. There's a problem. Everything's broken. The chair is empty.
For ages. Tormented by a question I could not even frame. This is my answer! I did not forget my friends! I do not understand. Where is Prince Ethelia? If she escaped, why did she not contact me? You! Is this some new trick of the Lord of Fate?
I'm as surprised as you are, Torvastad.
No, this is no trick. Do you see? Prince Ethelia has escaped. She freed herself from this prison, or was freed by some hand other than mine. Perhaps the simple act of remembering restored her power, dissolved her bonds. I do not know.
If she escaped, where would she have gone?
Prince Ethelia is the mistress of the untraveled road. She could be anywhere. Perhaps she will be drawn to places or things she knew before her craven foes locked her away. Yes, that must be right. And I know what I must do. Farewell, mortal.
Where are you going?
I still have a task to do. I need to find my prince, help her, restore her to the power that is hers by right. And there are other scions out there. I remember them too now. Mortal, fate's chosen. I expect our paths will cross again.
Torvastad, wait.
Her fate forged the moment Torvasad opened the first glyphic and began to remember. Return to the Mythos Vault, mortal. We must speak.
Just wanted to quickly take a moment and just stand upon Athelia's throne. Do I have the sit option? Yeah. Just chilling on Athelia's throne. So people have kind of declared Athelia as kind of like Elder Scrolls Online's community Daedric Prince, because she was, she's not in Arena, she's not in Daggerfall, she's not in Oblivion. She is a new Daedric Prince just for the ones who play the Elder Scrolls Online, and not the people that are like, oh, Elder Scrolls Online isn't canon. It absolutely is, but whatever. A little too close to Mora.
I am called the Master of the Tides of Fate. I perceive everything that may come to pass. Yet, I cannot select the outcomes I prefer. Choice and chance determine which possibility actually occurs. Such as this one. Athelia is free.
You said that if Torvasad succeeded, reality would end. Were you wrong?
I did not lie. Chosen of fate. Nor was I mistaken. I told you what you needed to know to avert catastrophe. And catastrophe has been averted. For now, the outcome I foresaw will still come to pass. It is only a matter of time.
How did Prince Athelia escape?
This spire was never Athelia's prison. Being forgotten was. The moment Torvasad finally remembered his prince, its power to hold Athelia began to wane. Now, new paths form before us. Some lead to survival, others destruction.
What can we do to avoid destruction?
A question we all must ponder. Athelia and her Ilkar, unseen. I cannot perceive their actions, nor can I share what I surmise, lest I unduly affect the course of events. Take counsel with Laramil the Wise, and wait for a new path to open.
That's the path to the West Wheel. Fine, I'll talk to Laramil the Wise.
Prince Athelia has escaped her prison, yet reality persists. And Torvasad understood events no better than we do. As I have seen time and time again, the machinations of Oblivion are far beyond mortal comprehension. So I heard, and he did not send us to pursue Torvasad. It appears that the next step we take must be our choice. We should return to Nirn, regroup, and follow the advice of the one who knows. Wait for a path to open before us.
Isn't Athelia the Prince of Paths?
That fact has not escaped me, Proxy. Torvasad spoke of restoring his lost realm. Miramor, he called it. And he thought that Athelia would return to places that were familiar to her. Let us return to Grotwood and confer with your friend Baragon.
Alright, let's return to Grotwood.
returned, and in much the same way that you left, stepping through a mysterious portal. You must have an interesting story to tell. But it looks like your friend wants to speak with you. Go on. I'll wait.
This is Grotwood. Why, these trees are almost as big as the mushrooms back home. For what it's worth, I don't see any signs of reality unraveling. I'll take that as a good sign.
I am relieved to observe the perpetuation of the macrocosm. Our reality has not unraveled yet. For now, we must wait and watch. Eventually, I shall notice Torvasad's passing in the threads of fate. Then I shall send for you, Proxy.
So that's it for now? We just wait?
For now, yes. From things Torvasad said, I expect we will find him in Westweald. I shall confer with Baragon about the area and alert you when you are needed. Thanks to you, even though Athelia is free, we still have a chance to preserve our world. Prince Athelia, the Forgotten Prince. The prince that Hermaeus Mora so feared that he imprisoned her and erased her from existence. Now she is free and Torvasad searches for her. I suspect we will see signs of their activity before too long.
What are we going to do while what are you going to do while we wait for a sign, Laramel?
First, I must return Gadain to Necrom. He must watch over Morrowind in case I am wrong about Torvasad's next move. Then I shall go to Westweald, consult with Baragon, wait, observe. Eventually, Athelia's presence will disturb the threads of fate.
And you'll contact me as soon as you learn anything?
Of course, Proxy. You are fate's chosen. Any hope we have of averting disaster rests with you. I am only here to aid you in these efforts. For now, go on with your usual activities. We shall need your strength and courage soon enough.
After our visit to the Reliquary of Stars, the recollection cleared out. I did come across one interesting clue, however. They're particularly interested in ruins in Westweald, which is ironic since I live in Skingrad.
Laramel thinks Westweald will also be Torvasad's next destination.
I'm not sure I like all this sudden interest in the place I call home. I'll provide Laramil with whatever information she requires. Then I need to return to Skingrad to figure out the connection.
The connection?
Between an Ayleid cult and that Dremora Torvasad. They seem to be strange bedfellows indeed. Anyway, if you and Laramil find yourselves in Skingrad, look me up. If this plays out the way I expect, I may need an ally like you.
Yeah, and I suspect we'll probably also see Lyris and Saisahan in Skingrad, because 4 years ago in the Markarth DLC, Lyris told us that she and Sai were headed to Skingrad at the end of that, and that was the 2020 DLC, so... Yeah, it's 4 years ago. Good gracious, that they departed for Skingrad. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of lore book hunting before we end off the stream. So I'm gonna go back to Morrowind and try to locate the books I'm missing there. We'll just go from DLC zone to DLC zone and see if we can't knock off a few books to get my Mage's skill up. We'll stop at the 2-hour mark. And then we'll return in June with the Gold Road DLC. Also, we'll be doing the scribing quest line, and we might even work on some of the companions. I don't know, so... Alright, so let's go over here to Vardenfell. Let's go to a convenient way shrine. Okay, let's see. Which lore books am I missing? I'm missing On Stepping Lightly and Sanctioned Murder, so... Let's see if Vardenfell lore books... Well, I'm missing 8 and 5. So 5 is in Seta Mora by the looks of it. At least I believe it is. As far as I can tell, it should be somewhere over here.
What do you want?
Now they're usually outside, but that doesn't mean that they can't be inside too. Seta Neen, not Seta Mora.
I can't promise I'll remember it.
I hope it's not inside the locked house, but it could be. Could be in the governor's office too. Having played a little bit of Morrowind, this place looks very familiar. This isn't actually helping me find their location. Oh, hold on, here we go. On a bridge next to a small cart. Oh wait, I already have that one. Oh, these aren't actually... Hold on. These aren't actually in order. So actually I'm missing 10 and I'm missing 7. Unstepping lightly in a small boat. And sanctioned murder near a rocky ledge by a backpack and a skull. So we're looking for 7 and 10, not the ones I thought we were looking for. Okay, I see where I need to go. It's nice that Satanine feels so familiar, but Vardenfell just looks so much better in ESO's graphics, I'm sorry. If they were to remake Morrowind in these graphics, I would absolutely be all over that. Even if I did have to put up with the old system. Or the old engine. Like, because they can do that. They can have one engine running the actual graphics and one engine doing all of the like the actual like mechanics and stuff. So they did that with Diablo 2. Ah, there it is. When Stepping Lightly by Narcissus Drin. I wonder if I get a mention in here. No. That must have been written before he met me. Now, some of his books you do have an impact on when he writes a book, and if you like screwed him over, there'll be a mention of you in the book. It's not always very flattering, but you know what? No one cares about Narcissus Drin. He's coming back, and we're going to screw him over all over again this year. Okay, the other one's like right down. Yeah, ish. Okay. Okay, that's not where we need to go. Maybe it is down over here. This seems like an unlikely place for a book, but... let's see. You're on a rocky ledge by a backpack and a... Okay, so it's definitely not in here. Okay. By a rocky ledge, the backpack and a skull. Now, this isn't the only place to get this book. There'll be other locations, because they haven't added any new glowing blue lore books to the game. So all the glowing blue books are all set in stone. You didn't want to die there for a second. Also, by far the easiest place to farm the books can be Cyrodiil, depending on, you know, your stealthiness and your willingness to put up with nonsense. But you can technically farm most, if not all, the lore books in Cyrodiil. So, in fact, you can actually tell how many lore books you're missing to complete your collection by hovering over Cyrodiil. I'm only missing 26 lore books that are available in Cyrodiil, so... You know, having a picture of would be very helpful. Like, you know, a better picture than this. Hold on, let me try something. No, that's not hard to tell. Maybe go closer towards the battleground. If I can find my way out of this little, like, loop that I'm stuck in. That was definitely not doing me any favors, being stuck there. Ah, there it is. Here we go. Another lore book down. And see, once I start completing sets of lore books, my progress will go up a lot faster because you get a huge bonus for completing sets, and usually by the time you start getting towards the end of the lore book stretch, that's where you start hitting all the different sets. Okay, so that's there. Let me make sure Clockwork City doesn't have any. It does. Let's do that next.
So the seal built this place and everything in it, except for the people. Well, maybe even a few of them too, by the looks.
Okay, and which book am I missing? The Devouring of Gilvar Dilly. see here. There it is. Alright. Now to Somerset. We're going to go through the DLCs in order they release and clean out their lore books, and that will make things go faster when we have to go to the mainland and start doing them, because I'll have gotten all of the little ones done that are available in the DLCs. Okay, so Somerset next. If there are any lore books left on Somerset, and there are 3 of them actually. Okay, let's see here. What lore books is it that we're missing? Alright, the story of Princess Elsdi, Irene, the Unforeseen Queen, and Thalmor Handveil. Okay, so on a bench. Okay, I know where number 1 is. I'm honestly disgusted that I didn't find it the first time. But then again, we were kind of... Well, to be fair, I had just come out of that really nasty sickness, because we did Somerset following Clockwork City, and I was really sick around that time, I remember, so I don't blame myself too much for it, for missing it. Although I will laugh if I literally ran right past it, but I suspect I probably did. It says it's sitting on a bench somewhere over in here. It would say if it was indoors, so it's got to be outside somewhere. That's strange. It wasn't glowing blue. That was weird. Okay, Irene, the Unforeseen Queen, is all the way over there.
Off we go.
Hendrik! should be over here. On the altar, it says. Well, which altar? Oh, probably this one. Yep. Here we go. Almost to Mage's Guild 9. Alright, and the last one we need is Balmore Handbill. Which is there. It's actually not far at all. Somerset is always so beautiful. I love coming back to Somerset. Somerset was the expansion or the chapter that really made me fall in love with the Elder Scrolls Online. Forgot Miri was racist against goblins. Alright, now where's the... On the ground near the road is all it says. Right there, actually.
Spawn of Marlok's putrid feces.
Okay. So close. Back to the Way Shrine, off to the next location. Next, we're off to elsewhere. Yep, we're missing 6 books here. Good gracious. Oh, come on, Finn. Okay, set view to northern elsewhere as well. Alright, let's see. Which books are we missing? So, A Warning to the Elmeri Dominion is number 1. On a barrel near the Valenwood Gate. Okay, so we're all the way down to the Valenwood Gate. Oh, somebody put Miri in the... You know what? I could put my Miri in that, too. But only for formal occasions, not for day-to-day wear. My female characters would wear it themselves, naturally, so... This is the Valenwood Gate, I believe. Like, this is actually past into Valen Wood, or no? This is the gate. Okay. There's a fishing spot over here. I didn't even know that. On a barrel near the Valen Wood gate. So somewhere back over here. Right here. And does that push me over to 9? Yes. So 1 away from getting the meteor ability. Okay, next is on the Kanathan Flue. On some crates next to a shelter. Well, there's a lot of shelters and... Ah! But I know where this is. See, one thing I like about ESO is that there is an option to skip certain things, like the grind on certain things, but you had to have done it before on at least one character. So, for example, if you want to just buy all the sky shards for a specific area, like, for example, Cyrodiils, you don't have to go and grind them. Which, by the way, if you're wanting to get all the Cyrodiil sky shards, it's actually a pretty good idea if you don't want to have to spend a whole bunch of time going around grinding them all. You have to unlock them all on one character to do it, though. So, and I have done it, so I have the right to do so if I wish to, but I don't. So, which is why I don't do it. So, but on a bench near the entrance to Rimmen Necropolis. Okay, I literally cannot believe I missed this, given the fact that I've practically lived in the Rimmen Necropolis before. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump there. I have farmed that Rimmen Necropolis so many times, it's not even funny.
Let's ride!
It's one of my favorite places to go to get experience when I'm training companions to their maximum level. So when I'm working on just maxing out their level, I'll just go and grind a couple rounds in Rimmen Necropolis. They typically level up pretty quick. So, especially with a high infinity, they get bonus experience, in addition to all my other keepers. So, near the entrance to Rimmen Necropolis. It says specifically on a bench. I didn't even know there were benches near the... I don't see a likely place where a bench would be, though. Hold on. 7. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong direction. I might have to look for this one off stream because I don't think I'm going to find it because there doesn't really, unless it's inside, but I think it would say if it was inside. I'll just pop in and check real quick. I don't think it's inside. Yeah, there are no benches here. Yeah, there's no benches in here. It's okay, I'll come back to this one. Because I can pull up a YouTube video and find it, but I don't really want to do that while I'm on a stream, so. Okay, so what's the other one that I need? Number 1, on top of 3 crates near an innkeeper. Okay, so that's book 9. Okay, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. There's only one inn there. Elsewhere is pretty too. I remember coming home from work. I think it was the day Elsewhere came out. I don't actually know now. I'm pretty sure it was the day it came out, though. I remember because I picked up KFC and I brought it home. I had they had just come out with their Sweet Lightning Mountain Dew, and so I had a dinner including Sweet Lightning Mountain Dew. I sat down and had to wait for the patch to update, and then I jumped into Elsewhere and started exploring. It says near an innkeeper. Well, this is an innkeeper, so somewhere near here I'm expecting.
Feeling chatty, are we?
What's your definition of near an innkeeper? Could it be down there? On top of 3 crates near an innkeeper. Well, that's 3 crates. That's a merchant. See, this would be my guess of where it's supposed to be is right here, because there's 3 crates and here's an innkeeper, but... Okay, this one may have been moved, perhaps? Yeah, they've moved a few of them because they were in locations that weren't very convenient.
Why will a dragon be near the moon gate? Do you have any ideas?
This one would love to have the
to this question in particular eludes him. This
Hmm.
one also does not understand the meaning behind the eclipse.
One of my other friends claims this dragon tried to absorb power from the moon.
This one. I don't like the sound of it.
Yeah, I'll have to look up this one too.
That is in the past now. The walker who had deposed Euraxia prevented the dragon from accomplishing anything. Knowing why all that occurred is what
We go back to the way straight. We'll head to the next area, which is Blackwood. No, actually, sorry, it's Southern Elsewhere. We're getting close to the end of the stream. Got about 6 minutes left, so. Alright, Southern Elsewhere. Oh, this is not Southern Elsewhere, that's Grotwood. 2 books we're missing here. Okay. Oh, hey, apparently Southern Elsewhere has the same book as well. And a Mother's Nursery rhyme. Well, maybe we'll have better luck finding it here. Okay. And Mother's Nursery rhyme. On a picnic mat along the water's edge. And the other one is on a crate inside of a small cave along the shore marked by a torch. Well, I have a vague idea where number 9 is. Ooh, a good GD well. Welly, welly, welly. This is a cave marked by a torch. Bingo. That saves me from having to go back and get another book on Northern Elsewhere. Wow. Okay, so that's interesting. So I've only gone up 1 book in Cyrodiil. Some of these books must have been added with, and I didn't realize it. Okay, book number 1. Ah, I know where that is. Down here near the actually spent when I was doing my fishing quest earlier at the end of 2023. I spent quite a bit of time like right in the water near here because the last ocean fish just would not pop for me. Oh hey. Apparently I've never killed you before. Well, you're dead now. Okay. So that's Southern Elsewhere done. And that is the turn of the hour, so it is now 8 o'clock. So we're going to wrap up there. Like I said, I'm going to continue this off of stream so I can try to get enough Mages Guild so that when we return in June, I'll have the Meteor ability, which is just a really nice ultimate. Plus, it also gives me a bunch of extra spell damage, which is, or actually a bunch of extra magicka, which is never a miss on a magicka build. So I hope you enjoyed the prologue quest for Gold Road. We're set up for the year. Next week, we'll be back to Mass Effect on Friday, so from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, join me Sunday. We're going to be having more of Oblivion with Nakia Lafdesh, the descendant of Reewish, Lady Luck herself. And hold on, I'd like to be able to travel. Let's put Reewish. Let's see, where's a nice place for Reewish to sit for a while? I guess we can go back to Necrom. Well, actually, no, hold on. Let me think about this. Gold Road is going to be here. I can't really zoom in anymore, but it's going to be going from Reaper's March here, all the way down to here, all the way up to here. So I can assume that there'll probably be an entrance near Kvatch. So why don't I go to Kvatch, and we'll just take a minute and ride through the Gold Coast, which of course is connected to the Gold Road. In fact, part of this is the Gold Road. So we'll just go through Anvil up to Kvatch, and that's where Reewish will wait for the DLC to drop. I think that would be the perfect place for Reewish to enter, is from the Gold Coast. Since we never jump straight into the main story, well, I try not to. I try to do side content first. I mentioned earlier that I was kind of working on redoing the way I handle new ESO content. Instead of just jumping straight into content, what we're going to do is we're going to travel around the region and mark all the locations, and I am not going the way I need to go. Hold on a second. We're just going to travel around and mark all the locations and grab the overworld sky shards. And then we'll start by doing the public delves and dungeons, and then we'll just do all the side content first, like we did last time, and then jump into the main story once all the side stuff is done. So I think that is going to be the most efficient way to handle it. We'll just do the main story in 1 or 2 streams, probably. Since we're streaming 4 hours now, the main quest should not take long to fall once we're specifically focusing that down. It's a lot of the other content that adds a bunch of time, and we mix it up. Well, I mean, it's kind of more organic that way if we mix it up, like, doing main story mixed with other content. But I think I'm going to try it this way this time. If I feel like it's not working, we'll go back and do. We'll go back to the old method where we do the. We just do whatever we stumble upon while we're doing the main quest. But I kind of like being more focused, and that, like, hey, if you're looking for a specific public or delve, well, all the delves are in this episode, the public dungeons are in this episode, the main story is all in this quest, so if you want to skip all the side stuff, you can just jump straight to the main story and do it there. So that's just my thinking. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, the Piracy Buddies will most likely be back on Sunday from... shoot, my brain just did a brain fart. Piracy Buddies will be back on Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time as usual. Continuing with Act 1. Joe's not here to remind me what we're doing specifically, but I believe we're still in the Underdark, so I think we might be on our way to Moonrise. Not Moonrise. Like the gateway to Moonrise is where I believe we're going this week. Also, Joe will be streaming tomorrow, I believe at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, although I can't actually remember off the top of my head. So If you're also following Joe's stream, you can follow that. Or if not, I believe my channel used to be set up to host his, but I don't think it does it anymore. So, but anyways, yes. So that is going to be where we end off for tonight, everyone. I will hopefully see you Sunday for more of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Thank you very much, and goodbye, everyone.